Hey there, Toonami faithful, and welcome back aboard Toonami Absolution, where we talk about the shows that made us us and the shows that made you you. Once again, we are your hosts. My name is Alex.
I'm Sam.
And I'm John. Jonny Quest versus the cyber insects.
Yeah.
I know the question you're going to ask. Why did I pick this? So the last couple of weeks, we've been doing stuff that means a lot to us. You know, Aside picked Sailor Moon. We've had Space Ghost. We had Spirited Away last week. When I go through our list, there are things I see which are like, I have no idea what this is. And when is the other chance I'm ever going to get to watch this in my life? So let's go for it. And we're
Yeah.
doing this one first simply because it was the only one I could find a home media release of. So if you see me getting kicked out of your local CEX for demanding that they find me the Hot Wheels movie, this is why. This film I didn't see coming, and I don't know what I expected, but it certainly wasn't this. Apparently, I know nothing about Jonny Quest, so I was very confused. I know
Yeah,
Venture Brothers. That's it.
yeah. If you're
Sure.
if you're going into this blind about Jonny Quest, I will say Jonny Quest was a show from the 60s, and most of its later iterations or revamps or recapturings didn't really shy away from what that meant. So it might be a little hard to stomach for some of our modern audience out there.
Yes, but let's just get out there. This film has terrible First Nations rep, really horrible, the really stereotypical '90s stuff, just not good. And its villain is the most yellow peril villain I've seen in quite a while, and I sometimes watch films from the 1940s. So
Yeah. There's a lot to discuss. So Johnny Quest. I would watch reruns of Johnny Quest on Cartoon Network. Like not even like Toonami, but just Cartoon Network because they were a Hanna-Barbera staple. So it's like, oh, it's there. And Johnny Quest overall kind of had a weirdly prominent place in the early Toonami lineup with the Real Adventures of Johnny Quest, which immediately followed this, if I remember correctly. Though with more modern animation style. I feel like this is the last Johnny Quest thing of that quote unquote classic animation style. Um, yeah, there's certain elements that are reflective of its time, even though that this movie came out 30 years after the original cartoon show. They at least try with the indigenous community instead of just shamelessly robbing from them. It's part of a coming of age trial in the beginning of the story. But yes, there is the personification, second only to Fu Manchu as the personification of the Yellow Menace
Voiced by the worst actor on Arrested Development.
is Doctor Zin. Dr. Zin.
Yeah.
choices were made. Instead to build on your thing, this is actually part of the New Adventures of Jonny Quest line. So this was originally made in '95. Toonami got it on 1999. But yeah, this was part of the Year of Jonny Quest project to sort of reboot the franchise. After the New Adventures of Jonny Quest TV show, they had Jonny Quest's Golden Adventure, which is in no Johnny's Golden Quest in '93, which is another film. Then this one, and after this, the wheels came off until the Real Adventures of Jonny Quest. So this did kill the franchise, which I feel it deserved.
I mean, interestingly enough, right? Like Jonny Quest is why we get Venture Brothers. Like
Yeah.
without even without even a question. It is the main inspiration for Venture Brothers. Jonny Quest even shows up, even though they do have to change his name after the first time he shows up because of copyright issues.
You ever say, did they get in legal trouble because of it?
They did
Yeah.
get in legal trouble because of it, but it is interesting to because Race Bannon shows up in Venture Brothers. Like a couple of these characters show up in Venture Brothers, and a lot of people today, their main exposure to Jonny Quest is Venture Brothers. But
Yeah.
like I have distinct memories of watching the original cartoon with my granddad. And this is very much in line with that. I do like the shoehorned lesson about patience that the entire movie is about.
Which makes no sense. This film's pacing is bizarre because we go from
Insane.
30 things happening in 25 seconds to nothing happening for about 25 minutes. to us repeatedly do this had to have been. I couldn't find proof of this, but I refuse to believe this wasn't a written for the TV series because they
Yeah.
keep doing these weird cliffhangers and then immediately undermining them. It's like, oh no, Johnny's dropped his computer. Oh, he's picked it back up again. It's fine.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
no, we're trapped. Oh, we just walked off. We're fine.
It
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 felt
kind
like
of
a TV edit.
it feels like, yeah, it definitely feels like something that was elongated, or like a pilot or a standalone episode that was turned into a whole thing without really any care to writing how that would take place. Kind of like how the first season of Castlevania was originally supposed to be an animated movie, and they were like, make it a show, that which is why it's only 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Um, the yeah, there's a whole thing with also, I didn't remember Doctor Zin that much from the original series. Like I don't think he shows up in the original series. He shows up relatively early in the original series. But that's one of those things I had to kind of go back. I don't know if they took those episodes um out of rotation for
The
obvious reasons.
the fun thing about Doctor Zin also shows up in Venture Brothers as like because Jonny Quest becomes like Johnny Danger or something like that, and there's like a whole episode where Johnny has like relapsed into a drug problem and keeps showing up at his house even after he retired, and he's just like Johnny, we have to get you help. Like
Yeah.
that's what I mainly remember Doctor Zin from these days too, because I don't remember him from the show that much.
I don't blame you. He's a villain that's easy to forget once you get over the obvious hurdle of, oh my god, why? Because
Yeah.
his job is mostly like I get we're kind of doing the B movie villain, but even as B movie villains go, his plan is mostly to wander around, be vaguely threatening, and trip death flags like nobody's business. I was playing death flag bingo in this, and if he just had to say I'm 2 days from retirement, and he would have got the whole set.
We do need to explain what his plan was though, if somebody wants to tackle the
Have you
plan.
seen Starship Troopers? Basically, he wants to get a load of. He's going to ruin the world's weather so everyone surrenders, then invade them with bugs. Even though, to be fair, once everyone surrendered, the bugs are kind of pointless. He's also made a new assassin bug, which is clearly just flagging the backstab death flag repeatedly because
Yeah.
it's just annoying. Also, it self-replicates, so Grey Goo scenario. Also, he's going to plug the men into the weird computer machine, which Geiger-esque computer machine.
It's like Superman 3.
Yeah.
It's like the lady getting sucked into the supercomputer at the end of Superman 3.
Oh, there is some great. But on the plot, can I just point out I found a review of this by Joan Van Tassel from the Hollywood Reporter.
What?
Gave it a surprisingly positive review. And she said it's creepy cyberbugs, techno speak, and a computer-assisted info walls, all amid a good old-fashioned melodramatic evil.
I mean,
Joan,
old-fashioned and melodramatic are accurate adjectives.
They are
Joan,
indeed adjectives.
I want whatever pills you're taking because I want to be that happy and easily pleased.
I
Don't
mean,
we?
at the end of the day, he's just got giant ants. He just has giant ants. Like,
Yeah.
They look very 40k, which kept throwing me because the gun they have on their arm is like the what's it called? Acid rifle, the ones the Eldari carry. I'm a Harlequins player, so I'm like, wait, I've got like 400 of that gun, very small.
Were you getting like Jet Force Gemini vibes from these guys?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Talking of
Yeah.
weird pieces of press information I found. So I found out that the girl, because it's the 90s cartoon, you've got to have one girl and only one, can't have more. Throw the bounds off. Was introduced for Golden Quest, so the previous film. Which, okay, yeah, it's the 90s. As I met off camera, I kind of didn't realize she wasn't Johnny's sister for the entire film, which threw me. But I found a piece of information
Step sibling.
From the Atlanta Journal-Constitution that had an interview with the publicist who said, in a test screening with 30 to 35-year-old males, most questioned her addition but understood that just like the original series, this update is a reflection of its times. Why were you test screening this for 30-year-old men?
I mean, Yeah.
I mean, to
And
be
she just
fair, at the time, 30-year-old men would have watched Jonny Quest as little kids,
I
probably.
mean, it's just weird. She just drops that out of no, like it's there's no more of this in this interview. That she just drops this and just runs.
Yeah,
It's just
oddly specific demographic, but yeah, to Alex's point, I guess the would be the nostalgic crowd.
I
Uh,
do,
presumably
I
showed to
do,
kids.
I do like. I also didn't realize that she wasn't Johnny's sister right away either. Um,
oh,
until like we got to that whole point where that's Race Bannon's daughter, and I'm like, oh, they're a blended family now. And then they kind of kissed, and it was like, I don't know if I like this anymore.
But yeah, so like it's like Evangelion, where it's like we've all just accepted our deaths, so we're just everything's off the table now.
yeah, yeah.
Thankfully, no, we're good.
So the thing about Jesse,
Thankfully,
like Jesse Bannon, I didn't watch growing up. I didn't watch the Johnny Quest movies. I don't know if I may have vaguely been aware they existed at the time in the mid '90s as straight to VHS things. Um, the Jesse Bannon is a major character in Real Adventures of Johnny Quest. I just
Mm.
assumed that Real Adventures of Johnny Quest introduced Jesse Bannon. So to see this kind of relic, this kind of bridge between eras of the franchise, I was like, "Oh, you existed before. Here you are." So yeah, it's interesting seeing classically animated Jesse Bannon
I'm
getting
gonna
on.
throw it out there. I think what threw me off is that she's a redhead, and Doctor Quest is a redhead. So I
Okay.
was like, oh yeah, it's okay, all right, that can make sense. And then it's like, oh no, it's Bannon.
They all
What are we doing?
they all dress kind of the same, which doesn't help in this film. Like they
No, I hang on. Doctor Quest's like frumpy little cardigan. I'm sorry, what a look for his frumpy little cardigan.
oh
Like I love that frumpy little cardigan. It's so Race Bannon's design has never changed. Johnny's design never changed. Hadji never. Every now and then, Dr. Quest is like, I'm just gonna put on a little jacket and be kind of cozy.
the world must be ending, maybe ending, but I'm fashionable. God damn it!
I
Where's
mean,
Johnny's mother is gone, so I'm on the market.
No, he's not. He married Race like 5 years ago.
Yeah,
five. I mean, but I think this is the last time we get OG Benton Quest voice too.
I think so. Hilariously, the original voice of Johnny is the computer in this.
That's
Yes,
fun.
Dak.
That is a fun touch.
Yeah, Tim Matheson,
Fun.
ladies and gentlemen. If you want to
Uh,
see Tim Matheson in a completely different light, watch Animal House because he's in that a lot.
and that's better as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a much better
A
film.
little.
Uh, what I really love about this, and it's especially interesting because we're also this week we're starting Bebop, which I'll have. This is going to be the weirdest comparison I've ever drawn, but Bebop does a really good job of making all of its technology be muddled but make sense and have weight.
Yes.
This goes all off with technology making no sense. Like we're doing space flight in a day, but we're using liquid fuel and we're just
Oh
launching
yeah.
off. Like we've got like computer viruses that shoot you with electricity for some reason. This robot is God apparently and could do anything apart from that. But it's hacked by messing with its autoexec.bat file, which is a DOS thing, which wouldn't be doing that now anyway. It's like, what is the level of technology in this world? And please, someone stabilize it so I know what you're doing.
Honestly, like that was a bit less of an issue for me because like Johnny Quest in general comes out of the super science era of the 1960s, so like your Fantastic Fours, like that kind of thing, where technology is just magic, and that's just kind of how I've always seen the series is like, oh, this is going to do whatever they want it to do. It's just like when you watch the old James Bond movies, like certain things are just going to do whatever the plot says that they need to. Like I'm a little bit more okay with that because I do like the super science aesthetic. Like I think it's very fun. It's very Tomorrowland at Disney World. So
I
it's very
love the
fun.
aesthetic. It's just weird that they kept flipping between stuff that actually exists and stuff that doesn't exist. Like Star Trek and stuff will at least have the decency to always just make stuff up. Fair enough. Ultraman will do the same. But here, there's like sometimes it's like, oh, we're actually going to mention real world things. Like, well, okay, please.
And it strikes me as somebody who doesn't understand like contemporary tech, trying to magically write in like, oh, these are words I've seen in articles.
This is a word
The word I
Oh,
know.
my cousin used. Yeah.
In,
yeah.
in the words of Captain America, I understood that reference.
Yeah, it's like in Jurassic Park when Lex like hacks the Jurassic Park mainframe, and it's like mainframes don't look like that.
I'm in.
Oh, it was. I just say I do quite like the Zin's initial ship, the Umbrella one,
Yeah.
for looking like the most witch Bandora contraption ever. I was waiting for her to summon the Zoo Rangers because that was like this is the most Super Sentai setup you could possibly have.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Ah. Also, as someone who is into Jonny Quest, my big question takeaway from this is why isn't Hadji the leader of this team? Because he has the powers of a god.
Oh, well, they kidnapped Hadji like years ago.
Yeah, he's
So
like
he's like,
forcibly adopted, I think.
he was
They're,
forcibly adopted.
they've brought Gandalf on the quest. Just let Gandalf deal with it. Like seriously,
Uh,
power word kill Hadji. That's the spell you need here.
Yeah, but it's Johnny's coming of age trial.
yeah, Johnny has to learn to be patient, as the movie wanted to tell us 45 times.
And Hadji need to learn how to hold back the powers of his patron.
Yeah.
That's just it. That's why Hadji actually could have passed that trial in the beginning, but chose not to because he wanted to make sure that Johnny's
Uh,
ego retained itself.
uh, yeah, the Johnny's coming of age is uh, uh, it's a noble thing to have as a plot point. I like the conversation he has with his dad, the really awkward one at the start, where he's like you've got to be patient, and okay, dad, and just walks off.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I love that little moment too, where he's just like, I feel like I'm always saying the same thing. And Brace is like, parenthood's the hardest thing you're gonna ever have to do, and that's before his daughter shows up. And if you don't know about the daughter, you're like, Brace, what the hell are you talking about?
I mean, he did decide to like offset his child's like coming of age trial to just a random native tribe he knows rather than doing it himself.
I will say there are some very funny lines in this movie. Like there's like the one moment where Doctor Zin is like killing the henchwoman and she's like, "But I've given you loyalty for weeks."
Oh, yes. I like that.
I like that so much.
Like the first henchman he kills is clearly Dan Aykroyd.
Yep.
Oh
It's
yeah.
literally his real Ghostbusters design to the point it really feels like they may have just used the cell.
Number 245, right?
Yes.
Number 245.
And it's
Yeah.
immature of me, but I was so upset because when he's Zin says every number going 2, 423. And when I first heard it, I was like, oh, please be the funny weed number. That would just cap off this entire film. Just hearing this evil yellow peril repeatedly say 420.
Like I'm trying to remember if 420 was a thing at that point. Cuz oh no, it originated in 1971, so it was a thing.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Thank
I
you,
feel like
Wikipedia.
there's a reference or something in like maybe Dazed and Confused. I don't really know.
I mean, to be fair, this was the 90s, so I definitely think it was because Snoop was active by this point.
Snoop is
I
definitely
mean,
active.
I
Yeah.
mean, Snoop didn't need 420 to be Snoop. D-O-double-G. Like,
No, but his early albums do it. I know his early albums contain a reference to it, so that's
yeah.
my marker point of drug culture in the Americas.
That's
What
a good
That's what your thesis is about.
that's a good market. That's a good marker. But yeah.
This
Johnny
is
Quest versus the cyber insects.
it's a film. It exists. I
You know,
think
I'm gonna say I liked it. I had a good time.
I liked it, but I think I liked it because I was bringing it here. I don't think this would have been a film I would have continued with.
For me, like I say, I didn't watch it growing up. So watching this, it was like this weird bridge between these different eras of Johnny Quest that I'm familiar with. I was like, oh, okay.
I think what really amused me about it, especially watching it now, is because of how we've done this podcast format wise. Like this is we were doing Toonami, so we've been doing the Space Ghost stuff. We're doing Bebop this week. We're starting Bebop, and then you've got this kind of relic in here because 99. We're only 2 years away from Bebop debuting. Sailor Moon has sort of just debuted, and then you've got Jonny Quest and his family of science adventurers is kind of still here. It's like, oh, Toonami wasn't cool right off the bat, was it?
I mean, I think that's also like so indicative of cartoons in the 90s for because like half of the cartoons in the 90s were like really experimental things. Like you were getting stuff like Powerpuff Girls was starting, like you were getting the beginning of a lot of, like Rugrats was becoming a thing. You're getting the beginning of a lot of what will lead into like the SpongeBob era, but a lot of it because of the rights that they were getting from Hanna-Barbera was like Flintstones, Jetsons, Hong Kong Phooey, Jabberjaw, Jonny Quest, like that kind of thing. And I like that for a long time. Even Toonami, so much of its identity was part of that Hanna-Barbera tradition. And I like that. I think that there's something very fun about that continuity.
Yeah, I will point out, I think it's interesting to note that even I don't think Toonami had much faith in this. This was thrown out on a random day at 4 p.m. This was not treated like Spirited Away was. It's not wasn't treated like the Dragon Ball movies were. I couldn't find like beyond the usual like here's what's coming up next continuity. I couldn't find promos for this film, trailers. This was not portrayed in the same level as like the films they would start getting in the sort of the later 90s, early 2000s, where like
Yeah.
these are big deal events. This was just Jonny Quest special. It's at 4 on a Friday. Have fun, kids.
Yeah, it wasn't really. I mean, the movie had been out for a minute by the time this aired on Toonami, so it's more like, what do we have in our licensing library? Because, we're part of Hanna-Barbera that we can just fill this airtime with. It's like, well, we have this. We've never really shown this Jonny Quest animated movie. It's like, is it like around 90 minutes? Close. I mean, with commercials, maybe. Cool. Here we go.
Any
It does,
animation frames you can clip out for Space Ghost.
Yeah.
it does not compare to any of the Scooby-Doo movies, which are unhinged in the best ways.
Those are infinitely better, and you get the chance of red shirt Shaggy, which is always a lovely, the shiny form of Shaggy.
Shiny Shaggy.
Yeah.
I do want to bring up something quite amusing about this is that if you try and order this today, like an actual home media copy, it's via Warner's print on demand label, meaning that you can't actually buy a copy from them. You can call them and they will send you a burned DVR.
Oh my God.
They do that for a lot of their stuff. If you do ever use their on demand, you can get like them to send you just burned DVDs.
Wait, do you actually have to call them? Like
I believe there's a way of doing it online, but for other projects, I've had to call them because I've had to try and get some. I've had to get some weird stuff for some of the years. So you just have to be like, do you this you've shown? It's apparently in your catalog. Do you have it? And they have to go check if they have it. I think it is literally you call an office of like 4 people.
I think I need to get my hands on that just to
I
have
think
them
I need to
actually-
work there.
Yeah, I need to do this.
I always feel a bit bad because like hello, I'm here for the Jonny Quest. I don't think they keep like a database of the people who've called and have like a just don't talk to them.
Yeah.
They have you calling them like 4 times, and they're like, you can't answer the phone for this person. It's not right.
Stop
Yeah,
it. They keep asking for Jonny Quest.
Yeah, they keep getting our Hanna-Barbera cast-offs. We need to like keep an eye on this person.
Yeah, they're dangerous.
Yeah, building their own library. Yeah. So, cyber insects.
Actually, before we finish, I want to ask: did you understand the ending
In as
Johnny
much as,
learned.
where they
like-
pull out and it says Eden on the side of the ship? Like I was like, is that a teaser for something? That's just really random drop now.
I was kind of under the impression that this was okay. I kind of thought it was a Star Trek reference. And my main reason for believing that is that the setup of it kind of reminded me of when Spock lands on the planet where the Genesis machine hits, and when he gets revived by the Genesis machine in Star Trek 3.
Yeah.
I thought it was a Star Trek reference. I don't know if it actually was. To me, it visually looked like that, but
that would make sense because I was very confused by it because I was like the how they pulled out and how they revealed the name made it look like we should understand what we don't know what the word means, but in the context of this story, and it felt like a reveal that they were evil. Like that's how you would do like a oh no they were the villains all along kind of thing, but they're not. And this isn't picked up in the future. This is the last one, so.
Yeah, I don't think like Eden plays a role really with Jonny Quest. Like not really.
alternatively,
Yeah.
they thought they were going to get a sequel.
Well,
that,
I mean,
that may be
Zin's
it.
alive, right? That's the big kind of cliffhanger tease stinger thing where it's like, oh, Zin actually survived the assassinoids. What are we calling these things?
Well, his ethanol exploding was the thing that nearly did
Oh,
him in.
right, yeah,
Johnny Quest 3, The Search for Doctor Zin.
yeah,
The search for Doctor Zin and his uncovered ethanol. He's just being chased by OSHA across the galaxy
yeah.
to give him a
Fill
darn
out
good
these
shoeing.
forms!
No, for me, it's like, okay, we say this just felt like a reveal of like to Planet of the Apes. It was like, oh, it was Earth all along. It's gonna be Eden. It was something special, but no, no. It also feels like it was set up for a much darker ending. Because I get that we're going for sort of an environmentalist thing with, oh, the weather's all bad. We've got to protect the environment. So having that Eden pod really suggests that, like, oh yeah, Johnny's dad thinks we're doomed. Like that's a colony ship he's building himself because he doesn't believe it. It's like that couldn't be what they're going for with this ending.
No, no, they're yeah. It it's just a place for them to explore, nor to
To
study or grow plants. I don't. It's a garden,
to
man. It's a
plant
mobile.
something. It's a mobile base where
Yeah.
apparently this mobile lab where this woman is allowed to do experiments totally unchecked with no one looking after her. Yeah, government, where are you?
Clearly, this is the prequel to that one movie starring Chris Pratt where he like wakes up on the spaceship and
Oh
wakes
God.
up Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, that movie's awful.
But this is
Yeah.
the prequel.
It's always
Clearly.
available. Every time I fly, it's always available.
Yeah,
I
because
never
no one wants to
Because
watch it.
forget.
Because the whole point is it's there by the tourism industry. It'll make you feel wherever you land is better because you're not watching that film.
that's
Yeah,
actually kind of brilliant.
every I don't really sleep on planes, so when I'm on a like 11-hour plus flight to a different continent, I'm like, maybe, but it never happens.
I used to be able to sleep on planes, and as I've gotten older, it's gotten
Yeah.
harder, and I'm starting to
Yeah.
wonder if that's an age thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. The last time I was on a plane, I ended up watching Gundam Wing for this show, which was definitely weird as we hit turbulence. So I'm just there like shaking as all.
You were like, it's a Gundam!
Yeah.
I was like, oh no! It was when they were falling in to do the Project Meteor thing as well.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
this is unfortunate. It's like if I die, this will be painfully ironic.
Oh, it's like a 4D ride.
yeah. Yeah, you're getting the immersive like Gundam experience as Hero
Complete with
Yui.
the trauma.
Yeah.
Do I think the only real question I have for both of you about your Johnny Quest experience, uh, who do you think had the best motivation in the movie?
The robot.
The
Yeah.
robot is
He
the
was
right
being
answer.
told what to do. Uh,
Best motivation? I
Yeah,
mean,
who had the best motivation?
well, Johnny has a lesson to learn.
Patience.
I mean, it's Johnny or his dad because his dad is being threatened by the unified government.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
dad is a war criminal now.
Yeah, Benton, we never quite know what Benton really does.
He's
Like,
a scientist.
yeah,
He's a
in the
scientist.
yeah, scientist of global importance repeatedly.
He's a
That
scientist of global importance with a name that is clearly made up. Don't look into it. He was
yeah,
obviously in his like mid to late 40s, early 50s in the 1960s. That doesn't point to anything weird and untoward.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, the guy with the most motivation is the chief of the tribe they're with at first, who has the power to control fireflies and ants, but also opts to just not get involved at all. Which is I can appreciate that lack of work ethic. It's like, yeah, I could command the ants to rise up and take over the world, but effort
Eh,
isn't.
that's how you know he's pure.
Yeah, there'd be paperwork, and I've got it quite nice. Quite nice, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got my little setup here. Like it what a weird way to start and end a movie, by the way.
Yeah, and then well, the weird way to end the movie is Johnny effectively committing white saviorism by allowing a girl into the male ritual circle without
I always interpreted
permission.
Yeah, I always interpreted the beginning of the movie as kind of like subverting like your typical Johnny Quest adventure. Like, hey, I'm gonna get this gem from this indigenous tribe, even though it's clearly they revere it and this doesn't belong to me. Oh, it's all part of this like test that
Bar
they're
mitzvah.
yeah, basically, yeah, this like, bar mitzvah slash quinceañera celebration. Um, and yeah, that's my takeaway from the opening at least.
It
I
yeah.
mean, I know my bat mitzvah had a bunch of giant insects. I don't know about you guys.
No, we
No, they refused to turn up for mine.
yeah, we kept it pretty kosher.
Hey,
Are giant mutated bugs kosher? Oh, God, I have to. I'll call a
If
rabbi and get off
I
the
don't,
episode.
yeah.
I
Otherwise,
would
they're
say that
taking
they
the
are
whole.
not.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw this in for all I remember from shul and basically be like, I don't think bugs are kosher because they crawl on the ground.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
I'm not 100% sure. I'll call my rabbi, see what he says.
of course.
that
Report
that
that.
that's what we've come up with this film.
Yeah.
This is basically the only way I might final thought this is I'm deeply sorry. I won't do it again.
No, do it again. I had a great time.
You
Oh,
know,
I
yeah,
mean, I feel happy because at least last week was Spirited Away, so we
yeah.
couldn't go above that. There was always going to be a come down after Spirited
It's
Away.
all downhill from
I
here.
feel like we've now hit a nice rock bottom, so we can find a nice middle ground. We can't get too complacent. And that's what Jonny Quest exists for, to remind us suffering exists in the world. It's very Buddhist.
Yeah,
Yes,
Buddhism
yeah,
and Judaism have a lot to do with each other if you're in New York, so it makes sense, really.
yeah. It represents samsara in its like purest form, I think. But anyway, any final
Anyway,
thoughts on Johnny Quest versus the cyber insects?
uh, what do you guys think?
I mean, look, it's a bridge between eras in all of its problematic ways. There's part of me that wants to, after kind of revisiting this, wants to suggest like the real adventures of Johnny Quest for my neck, but we've got Space Ghost, so you won't have to worry about that from me.
Yeah, I do actually now want to check out some actual Jonny Quest and see how it holds up. We'll see how long that we'll see how long that goes in the list.
That's a
Yeah,
choice.
it's a choice. It's on the table there, lingering. It's like the gun. It's a Chekhov's gun. It will go off before the end of the third act.
Yeah.
Probably in my face. Let's be fair. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend this film on its own merits. I think it's quite funny if you like dated films and watch them because they're dated films, and you have some friends around, you can have some fun with this. I would say this is something I say drop now and immediately go out to your local DVD store and demand they give you a copy of it.
See, I'm gonna approach this from a different perspective because my one of my favorite movies of all time is Reanimator. I love crappy B films. Like my Combat Shock poster right here. My dad's in that movie. It is one of the worst movies ever made with the ugliest actors in New York. That comes from the review. Uh, I love bad movies. If you like bad B movies, especially that have like weird sci-fi aesthetics, like this is the kind of thing you will get enjoyment out of. If you prefer your movies to not be terrible or not be campy, then I would say that this isn't for you. But I had a good time with it. I like this kind of thing. It's very Evil Dead meets Starship Troopers. But on that note, we have pulled into our final destination. That's right, it is time to disembark from Toonami Absolution. We want to thank you once again for joining us and talking about the shows that made us us and the shows that made you you. We hope that this didn't make you you, though. Once again, we have been your hosts. My name is Alyx.
I'm Sam.
And I'm John.
And we'll see you next time. Bang.
Learn patience or something.